Peace fam, this is the Everyday Entrepreneur with Coach T, your brand amplifier. This is where everyday entrepreneurs get real coaching, real strategy, and real amplification. Let's get to your next level.
People how to actually access a bag. So I teach people first how to become a good steward and actually how to take care of the wealth. Then I teach them how to actually structurally get to the wealth. Because now we're in an age of like manifestation. Everybody talking about manifesting, but manifesting don't just work as easy as people think it is.
Yeah.
You know, you're not just gonna pray for 100,000 and just keep chanting 100,000 and think that you're gonna get it. You need some structure. You need some order. So I teach people how to really get that order and that structure.
Yeah.
And I help them achieve it.
Word. So what's your offer?
What's my offer?
Yeah. What's your offer?
Well, right now I'm working on completely finalizing my big flagship offer.
Okay.
Which right now is going to be a cohort mentorship program that takes people through a 6-month or a 12-month process that actually shifts their identity. It shifts their mindsets and their perspectives that's holding them back from being the greatest version of themselves.
All right.
That's mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially.
Okay. All right. So you got a program.
Yes, ma'am. I do have a program. Is it like
a weekly, bi-weekly? How many lessons?
Inside of this program?
Yes, sir.
So the program is still being built out right now. So all of the details is coming later on.
Okay,
it's still being built out, but it's going to be a 6-month program. Every month is going to be a different step in the process of transformation. The entire goal of this program is to actually transform the person who is going through that journey, to transform them, not just to make them more money, but to transform how they think, how they move through life, and how they see themselves.
All right, so tell me the outcomes. What kind of outcomes would that person get? We're working with you.
For sure. The outcomes that they get is completely seeing themselves in a different space.
Yeah.
Seeing themselves as the greatest version of themselves. Of course, every day we're continuously working to grow to become the greatest version of self. But after being inside of my program, they will see themselves as the most valuable asset that they can put their eyes on. They will know for a fact.
What are you doing?
Well, we're teaching them certain perspectives.
Certain. Talk to us.
Okay.
Well, no gatekeeping here. We want to know what's in that program. It still takes you, right?
For sure.
It still takes you.
Absolutely.
So we don't have you, but you can tell us what it is.
Absolutely.
So what are we going to learn? We get in your program, your flagship offer, right?
Yes.
What are we going to learn? What outcomes will we have? Will we become more confident? Will we have a different relationship with our spouse? You feel me? I want to know actual outcomes that's going to make someone say, oh, wait a minute, I need a different relationship with my spouse, right? And it's as a result of your mindset program. So talk to me.
So first and foremost, you're definitely going to have a different perspective on yourself.
Yes.
So you're going to see yourself as greater. You're going to see yourself as more worthy, as more abundant, as more reliable.
Okay.
You're going to trust yourself more. Most of the time, we don't really trust ourselves. So when we tell ourselves something, we don't necessarily do it. We say we're going to go to the gym tomorrow, we never go. We say we're going to go on that diet, we never go, because we don't really value our word. So from this point forward, we're going to actually value what we tell ourselves. We're going to see ourselves as valuable and understand that anything that we put our minds on, we can actually obtain it. Not just saying that, but we're going to actually understand why that's possible. We're going to go into the metaphysics. We're going to go into the esoteric knowledge of how this works, of how actually your words are real powerful. Right? So the words that you speak about yourself, how you talk to yourself, you know, a lot of us talk to ourselves in a very, very bad way. And the subconscious mind keeps all of that. So when we affirm ourselves and we continuously stay on that path of reaffirmation of who we are, of what we are, then that allows us to really make certain identity shifts and certain perspective shifts as well to become different.
I love that. So 6-month program, how many lessons?
Well, each month is a different lesson. So you would have 6 different courses.
All right, so 6 lessons. 6-month program. What's lesson 1?
Lesson 1 is understanding who you are.
All right. So identity, understanding who you are. What's lesson 2?
Establishing that. Lesson 2, I can't give you lesson 2. They're going to have to wait for that.
He don't got it yet, y'all. But that's all right. He's still building it.
For sure.
He's still building it. That was a good answer.
That was a good answer. We still put it together.
Let me say something. I think that's awesome. When I first started my business, when I first started being a life coach, right? I started out my business being a life and mindset coach, mainly because I had lost my mind, 100% disabled veteran, and had this brain injury, had to learn to walk and talk again, right? So I lost my mind. And when I decided to find it again, I had the opportunity to recreate what that look and felt like, right? And so that's a beautiful thing. When I did that, I took notes, made sure I could teach that, right? And so just like you, I had 6 lessons, right? I taught that sometimes in 6 weeks. Sometimes I taught it in 6 and 6, 12 weeks, right? Every 2 weeks, right? And sometimes I taught it once a month, just like you're doing, right? But it was the same 6 lessons. I also was able to put those 6 lessons in a book I was also able to put those 6 lessons in webinars, podcasts, all kinds of things, right? Because you got 6 things that you can be talking about at any given time, and you become the master of it, right? So you drilling deep in all 6 of those things.
Yeah.
You got number 1, right? And he's working on the rest. He's gonna have it.
For sure.
But the point is, like, literally, when you do that, then you don't just have a 6-month program, right? You've got a 60-minute podcast. You've got a 60-minute workshop on lesson 2.
Yeah.
You feel me? And now that just goes into listen, it just goes because now you've cut it up, right? So you had that long form, and now you've cut it up into short snips. And now you know the content world love a short snip, right? Sure. And it's gonna make them, decide they want to go. And so listen, you're on a track. You're on a track. I am. So let me ask you, who is your audience? Who are your people?
My audience is spiritual entrepreneurs, faith-based entrepreneurs, those entrepreneurs who really walk in faith and walk in purpose.
Yes.
Even if you're not an entrepreneur and you just really walking in your purpose, walking in your faith, you're understanding your journey and what your calling is. I'm reaching out to those people to give them real structure and real guidance. Because I know as I was walking in my call and walking in my faith, I didn't have structure. I didn't understand business. So I was making offers. I was taking people and I was helping them. I was coaching them. I was selling products. Knew nothing about revenue. Knew nothing about a P&L statement. Knew nothing about marketing or about sales. So to really give people a good structure as they're trying to do what they're trying to do for their purpose, I want to reach those people.
I love that. Ain't no want to. You're going to do it, right? You got to change that language because you're going to do it. You in there. You in the middle of that. Daggone it, right? Language is everything. You know it because you're talking it. We want to make sure as you're building this thing, it still exists, right? And so there is no more, I want to, I'm going to. It's done. We only talk in the ways of what we want, right? It's a done deal. And so now we got to make sure we go get that. But now we got a different perspective, right? You know that every time you make one of these lessons, you can sell it standalone. It's not even in a package until number 6 is done. But that don't mean you can't start making money at number 1, right?
100.
Ain't that a blessing?
That is.
Isn't that a blessing? And it sounds like you got number 1. He got number 1. He may not have lessons 2, 3, 4, but he's got lesson number 1. So you can immediately start to gain exposure as a result of that, right? Take that junk on tour. How many people need to get on your podcast, or you need to get on their podcast and take it on a podcast tour, telling them about lesson 1. That's all they need to know, right? Now, the moment you do that, then you're going to have to go on ahead and take care of lesson 2. Because we're doing them once a month, and so we can slow drag through that thing, right?
For sure. We're going to get in there.
Right. So I love that. So build the momentum from your number 1.
Yes.
Right? And let that keep going, because that's what's going to make you go ahead and build that number 2 quicker.
I got you.
And let that thing just roll, that snowball effect happen, right? I'm loving that, man. Listen, last question. What kinds of challenges are you facing in your business? Anything? As you're looking to grow, as you're looking to do this thing right now, shoot out a cannon. What do you need, King? What do you need? Chief?
The best thing is exposure right now.
Yes.
Because availability is going to beat talent every time.
Yes.
If I got the best product in the world, if I'm the best at what I do, but nobody knows me, then I can't serve nobody. So the best thing right now is visibility. And that's why I'm here at Podcast Summit, getting in where I fit in. Because the more I'm visible, the more people I can help. The more I put myself out there, the more people actually know who I am, and I can actually reach the audience I desire.
I love that. Visibility is king and queen, right? Let me ask you this. How many networking events do you go to a month?
I go to as many as I can. So I don't have a necessary number of what I hit, but I continuously stay on touch.
Where did you go?
How many? Last month I went to about 5 last month.
All right.
Yeah,
and
I went to about 1 a week.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
That's good.
I at least hit 1 a week.
All right.
And if I miss a week, then I go double up.
And from that, what you get out of it?
Well, my network continuously expands. So I continuously meet new people who are in different businesses, different industries that can either help me or whom I can benefit.
Yes.
Everywhere I go, I'm always finding the exact people who I need to meet.
Yes.
Every room that I step into, it's always I'm always divinely there. It's always divinely aligned.
I love that.
Just as I'm meeting you and you asking me all of these phenomenal questions, I've met so many people here today that I've met and just built great relationships with. So every room I step into, that's a benefit for me.
Yes, a blessing, a complete blessing. I will say this to you, brother. You are on it. You're doing your thing, right? I feel like the way you 10X it, right? The way you 10X it is exactly what you're doing. Making sure people know your mission, knowing who you are, how you serve, and connecting with them differently, right? There's so many people. Where you at? Where you locally?
I'm here in Atlanta.
Okay. There are so many people, especially here in Atlanta, right? That especially in the wellness community, that are doing exactly what you're doing. And so when we're at those networking events and we're talking to people and connecting, that is great, right? But so is, and I'm not saying you're not doing this, so it's a question / statement. So is the recon, right? I'm military, so recon, right? We're going to actually do the research before. So is the recon and making sure that the right people are at the events that you're at, right? That's number one, because we're looking for a very specific group of people, right?
For sure.
Not just entrepreneurs, but faith-based entrepreneurs. We're looking for people that's looking for our message, right? And so where would that combination of people be, right? And wherever we find that, once we're in that, oh gosh, now we're talking how many people, when I'm in this networking event, do I need to have connected with, like a real connection, before I leave? So for me, that answer is at least 5 to 10. Okay. Now, mind you, if you're talking to 5 to 10 people, and I'm talking about really talking, no, not how you doing, how's your business, is good. No. We're talking about, well, who are you? How do you serve? Like a little, not this deep, but something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be about the whole time. But you're now focused. You got a set of numbers in your head that equates to people, right? That equates to people that need what you have, okay? And so that's what you're looking for. So when I go into networking events, it's never, oh man, I'm just looking for the shakers and the movers. That's great. I know y'all are in there, right? But I'm looking for a very specific person, and I got to know they're in that room before I step in that room. So I'm doing my research. Who's in here? Who's the founder? Who's the organizer of this event? And if you can talk to them, sometimes you can. Well, who is your client? Who do you serve? Like, who are the people that you're inviting, right? Because I need to make sure. There are a lot of folks that go to these networking events, maybe not you, maybe not me, but I have a couple clients, and we had to like 10x what they thought of when they were going to networking events, just because there was an event that was monthly and they liked it. They loved the event. They knew everyone in the event. And I said, well, is this group of people helping you to grow? Has any one of them, are they even in your zone of genius or in your ideal client? And the answer was no, right? And so don't make sure that those 5, even if it's 4 for the month that they're in, even if it's 3 for the month, that they so intentional that everybody in there is exactly who you need to be talking to. Then you find your 5 to 10 and drill deep. Now you're asking them questions like who they are, how they serve, all of this stuff, right? Who do you know? Right? What are the next meetings you're going to? Very targeted questions, because we need to go with them. Because these are our people. So our people are going to do the things that we want to be around. That's how you get your people, and you get it quick, right? And what you do when you talk to that person, you got them on a freaking ring. What do you do right then? You tell them about lesson number 1. That's the only one that's built anyway. But guess what? You go listen, I got the whole thing. But man, you got to hear lesson number 1. Right? That's what you do. At some point, man, you're going to kill it, because you're talking that stuff that we need to hear, especially Black and brown people in this country, right? And so I appreciate what you're doing and how you serve. Did that make sense to you?
Absolutely. I give thanks for that.
Yes, brother.
This is a master class right here.
Listen, all day. This is me all day. It's me all day.
I see that.
It's me all day. But listen, it's real though, because networking, I promise you, in this last year, I was very intentional on how I networked. Now, just a little bit of a background about me. I really just started coming outside. PTSD had me by a chokehold, okay? And so I really just started coming outside. And I wanted to be very intentional in how I came outside. Because you don't want to just go outside, right?
Absolutely.
You see this personality. I don't want to just be screaming. I need to scream at the right people. And so I have 10x my business, revenue, exposure, connections, events, right? People saying, oh, I need you at my event, just by being at the right place, talking to the right people, and asking them the right questions. You can't just say, you know, what's your business, blah, blah, blah. You got to say, what's next? What are you building? How can I serve? What do you need?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How did you get so good at asking those questions intentionally?
Repetitive action. I've been doing this for 6 years, right? I wasn't doing it good year 1. You know why? I just told you PTSD had me by a chokehold. Say again?
When did you get good?
When I got good. About 2 years ago.
What was that point? What was that?
Repetitive actions. Revenue generating actions. Making sure you ask yourself, is this revenue generating, or can someone else do it? Right? This thing that broke, so I'm gonna take it off. Is this revenue generating, or can someone else handle it? If someone else can handle it, I'm gonna go give it to them. Whether I gotta delegate, partner with someone if my money ain't right yet, and I can't just go pay them, partner, whatever I've got to do, right? So I can be in my zone of genius, the thing that I do the best. And as the CEO of your company, that should be networking, finding new revenue, right? It's relationship building and all of this stuff. So we don't need you playing on your socials if you ain't the social media manager, right? We need you to have a partner, even if you can't pay them, that says, you know what, I'm gonna take care of your socials. You take care of my coaching. You feed into my soul. I got this little social thing, right? So we can do that so you can stay in your zone of genius. But that's how. Once I was able to just kind of partner with people, hire people, all of the stuff, I can concentrate on what I did. And then I became a real good student of what I need to do in order to build my business and grow it. And you will too.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You taught me a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you telling me that, brother. I appreciate. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you? Because we need to know, Chief. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Where can the people find you?
If you go on Instagram right now, you type in your search bar, AWAASAAN. You're going to see Awasaan. I'm the one and only, man.
Yes, I
appreciate y'all. Thank you for this opportunity, Queen.
Yes, you are so welcome, Chief.
I appreciate you.
I love that, man. Much love, much respect. Bring it in. Ah, this was good. Thank you. All right, y'all, that's it. Woo!